Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the day of the video. Dan, how's a good day today? I wasn't going to start vlogging until I got to work, but then it took me about 8 hours to get to work. The way that I've been just absolutely flummoxed by trucks today, because the way that I normally go, I've showed you it, the way that I normally go is quite a narrow, steep hill, right? So there is, at the bottom of that road, there is what do you call it? It's like, you know, like Frank Keys. I don't know if that's a northern thing, but it's like a building kind of thing. I think they do more like tiles and all that kind of crap. And I can see, as I'm about to go up the road, I can see this truck turning in that belongs to that place. Yeah? So I'm like, oh no, that's fine. They're just going to turn into that thing at the bottom there, and then I'll still be able to like make progress up the road. And then no, he just starts to drive up the road. He starts to drive up the road and gets stuck halfway up it. And there's like 5 cars behind me, all wanting to go up. There's 5 cars at the top, all wanting to come down. And this guy's stuck in the middle. And then I'm like, I had to wait for the guys behind me to realise that nothing was going to happen, and then try and do a U-turn. And then they moved, I did a U-turn, and then it was happy days from there on, because I managed to make progress. So I had to drive the way that I drive when I pick up Lewis, which is a longer way to go. So I'm now drastically late. I'm normally at this roundabout by about 22:45, and it's nearly 5:02. Because then on White Ladies Road there, got stuck behind a load of freaking lorries and bin lorries and all that kind of crap. Oh dear, oh dear. So I'm having a lovely day. It's nice and rainy though, so it's good weather. I'm enjoying that part of the day. Although it is like the kind of rain that keeps changing speed between like being able to manually wipe it and having to have it on automatic, which is annoying. I'd rather just keep it on manual. But yeah, it's good weather. Nice and warm, got my coat on. But what's been going on though? Go on, mate. The one doesn't go down here. Put your foot down. Go on, lad. That Fiat 500, man. It's kind of annoying. It's kind of a bit of a timid car, I think. But what's gone on today then? Yesterday, I was installing, as you know, my Windows 10 onto my Raspberry Pi. I've named them now. It's always a thing. Alfie, my old Raspberry Pi was always called Alfie, after Alfred from Batman. He's a butler, he's a serviceman, right? And I was looking for another name similar to that for the Raspberry Pi 2. Bearing in mind the Raspberry Pi 2 is more powerful. It's going to be running Windows, which is more powerful objectively or subjectively than Linux. It's going to be able to do more. It's going to be doing a lot of work for me as well. It's going to be doing some heavy lifting. So I am going to name my new Raspberry Pi Marvin, because from the Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, Marvin, that Marvin, because he is clever. He is clever, and he's going to be running a lot of things for me. I was going to then change Alfie's name to Colin to match, or Eddie, but I don't think neither of them really work. So I'm going to keep him as Alfie, and even though I'm crossing like 3 universes now in my computer naming schemes, because I've got obviously Atlas, Peabody, Alfred from Batman, and now friggin' Marvin from Hitchhiker's Guide. Even though I'm doing all of that, it annoys me that I've crossed boundaries. But Colin and Eddie don't really fit for the other Raspberry, because they don't do that kind of stuff, you know what I mean? He's not clever enough to be Eddie, and Colin is a bit too friggin' you have to probably go on Wikipedia to know who Colin is. I didn't know who Colin was until I Wikipedia did. Anyway, but as I was doing that, and I'm misting up now. No. Stop misting up, damn it. I was doing that last night, and I realised that I needed to install Windows 10, tried to download Windows 10. Luckily it downloaded before I went to bed, so that was good. So I could turn my computer off overnight. I have to dodge the bumps there, some horrendous bumps. But then I tried to boot up my VM this morning and it wasn't working. So I've just got my memory stick out, and I'm going to create a boot disk from my memory stick. I've already done that, so it's just a case of booting up the virtual machine when I get home, and I should have Windows 10 on a VM, which is nice. I'll be able to check out what what Windows 10 is all about. I'm probably going to be upgrading to Windows 10, like basically as soon as it comes out. Part of me didn't want to upgrade. It depends when it comes out, I think. I didn't want to upgrade because it's silly upgrading straight away to an operating system, because just things aren't ready for it. Say like all of the software I use, like I use development software, I develop things for university. There is a strong chance that some of the software I use won't work on Windows 10. It just flat out won't work. It's a possibility, and it's a possibility that I try to avoid as much as possible. But if it comes out before, in summertime, like before we go back, if I've already started university and I'm on Windows 7, then I'll stick on Windows 7. Else I'll move over to Windows 10. But yeah, I get a preview of it, see what it's like, running it on my VM. Although, to be honest with you, I probably won't use it that much. I haven't given it much RAM space or anything like that. I've just given it some like small token amount of disk space and all that kind of stuff, just to be like, look, all I want to do is install this on my Raspberry Pi. Because obviously the Windows 10 on the Raspberry Pi isn't Windows 10 on everything else. You know what I mean? It's completely different. It's just for developers. I think, to be honest with you, I think it's just a PowerShell interface. I don't even think it's a GUI, which is fine by me because I don't need a GUI. So happy days, boys, happy bloody days. It's just like the SSH of the old Raspberry. But yeah, I'm going to put radio back on. It's 8 o'clock. I'm officially late. I'm about like 10 minutes away now. There we go. You're late, Jamie. But yeah, yeah. So I'll talk to you after work, I guess. Good evening, afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I can talk to you. It's not the morning at all, is it? We're just heading home now. I thought I'd talk to you in this bit while it's it's actually quite empty, the traffic is, to be honest with you, by normal standards. But yeah, I thought I'd have a bit of a chinwag with you now, since we're heading on home. What's gone on at work today? Work has been a pretty boring one. I'm just going through my computer now, just having a look at some stats. 42 miles to the gallon average. I always have it on the setting where I can see what I'm currently doing, but obviously that's not very accurate and it changes like all of the time. So, oh no, just stalled it. Boring. Not embarrassing. Talking about friggin' miles per gallon when you should be driving. Yeah, I normally have it on the setting where I can see it all the time, but obviously it moves around. It's not very accurate at all, and I thought it. I had a sneaking suspicion she wasn't going to turn left then, and I'm like, don't turn into me, please don't turn into me. I like my car in one piece. My brain is all over the place. What's been going on today? Today's been pretty bloody boring. We haven't really had an awful lot we could do today. We were essentially doing the things that Ben and Steve were doing, but neither of them have been in today. So we've been trying to figure out what they need to do. So they gave us a list of things and we were like, oh sweet, yeah, we'll go through them. We went through them all and we're like, God, we're going to run out of things here. Just like a leaf just hit my windscreen. It's weird. We're going to run out of things to do halfway through this list. And we got to the end, and the last two were a right pain in the balls. We were going through trying to figure out like exactly how to sort out our XPath and all that kind of stuff, where we should be taking data from in order to write the test properly. And we was having an absolute whale of a time, to be honest with you. To be honest with you, it's the kind of thing where I kind of just want to put headphones in and just work. But Paul didn't have anything to do either, so he just kind of sat over my shoulder, and he sat over my shoulder and we were working on it together, which is annoying because I kind of wanted to just, like I say, put headphones in and just churn out the code. But yeah, look, I'm doing a bit of bonding, boys. It meant we both had something to do instead of one of us doing it and then the other one trying to find something to do. So yeah, arguably there is a time where programming is useful. That wasn't one of the times though, because like fundamentally every single bit of it was easy up to the point where there was XPath. Anyway, but yeah, that was work. That was literally it for today, all day long. Pretty boring. Weather has been on and off, slamming it down with rain, on and off, sunny. It's now sunny. I'm actually roasting in my coat. I'm kind of hoping for some traffic lights. Yes, these traffic lights have just gone, so I can take my coat off. But yeah, it was raining But the oh god, I'm not gonna be able to do this in time. Bloody coat's too tight. You have to really ding it off. Oh, it's better. Jesus, it's hot in that. Yeah, so beyond the old expat stuff, we literally haven't done anything. So I'm heading home now, and we're gonna cook some dinner. We're gonna have a nice dinner tonight. That's as exciting as it gets. I'm sorry. Actually, though, I lied. We actually are gonna have a relatively interesting night tonight because I'm setting up Windows 10 on a virtual machine on my computer, which is what I'm currently having issues with, and then on my Raspberry Pi 2, which I'm probably gonna have also issues with, to be honest with you. I'm having a proverbial nightmare at the moment, setting it all up, because it's like, this is all, it's saying that it's corrupted, the image is corrupted, so we're having another go. Shut up. I'm re-downloading the image again, thankfully. Oh, not the grill, I want that. Thankfully, my internet's not at 2 megabytes. It's back up to its 140, so it's literally done in the process it's taken me to talk to you. But yeah, the zip was, it was smaller than I thought it would be, to be honest. It was like just over 2 gig instead of higher than that. It's supposed to be 3.5. But I assume that was just like bad estimating or whatever. So, right, we'll see if that fixes it, I guess. But yeah, that's as much as we can do, to be honest with you. We're just kind of waiting for this to boot. Obviously it'll be quite interesting to see Windows 10, but I'm not really that bothered. I just want to see friggin' the Raspberry Pis of Windows 10, you know. So I've had my dinner. It was absolutely delicious. Just restarted my Nexus. But though, ladies and gentlemen, look, it's Windows 10. Oh yeah, and it is. Oh, I'm on the wrong computer. It's obviously running a VM. It's got to be said, I like it. I genuinely can't wait for Windows 10. I'm genuinely excited about it. I just want to play with things, but I also want to play with my Raspberry Pi as well. I can play with this at another time. Oh. The problem is, I can't get a sense of how quick it is, because obviously it's running in a VM, so it's running within Windows 7. It's already been throttled by Windows 7, and then it's been throttled further by only having like 2 gigs of RAM and all that kind of crap. But it's nice. It is nice. But that's not why I friggin' installed it. I didn't even want to install it. All I wanted to install was my what did I want to install? My bloody Party in the Park thing. What? Words, things and stuff. Raspberry Pi, Windows 10 on the Raspberry Pi. That's what I was aiming to do. Right, just downloading all the stuff I need for the VM. The VM's going through downloading all the Windows stuff for the Pi. It says here, note, you will need to follow these instructions on a physical Windows machine and not a VM, because you need access to the SD card reader. Well, we're gonna have to work on that, aren't we? Because it's not gonna be how it is, because it is a VM, and I'm not dual partitioning my hard drive just for this. So we're gonna have to find a workaround for that. Well, that was easy. I don't understand. It's like Microsoft were like, no, you've got to partition your hard drive, or you've got to completely overwrite your Windows 7 in order to do this. Like, Windows, the people doing this know how to use computers. We know how to use things like virtual machines and things like that, because we set up computers and we do stuff like that all the time. You can't tell me that I can't pass over my SD card reader to my VM. It took me like 3 minutes to just go, right, oh, there you go. Found the option. The only reason I couldn't find it was because networking was turned off on the VM itself, and then it opened up the option for me. I'm like, oh, yeah. Well, that was easy. Now it's my E drive. So, alright, I'm just waiting for it to download. It's taken forever to download in the VM. It must have like a limited section of the internet or something. It's only a tiny download. It's taken like 10 minutes. So as I'm debugging away of getting rid of an error that I'm getting like this weird little error message coming up as I'm trying to flash the OS over. As I'm debugging that, I stumble on a way of being able to do it from Windows 7. And Windows 7's doing it happily. So I didn't need a VM. What a waste of time. But I've got one now, I guess. So Windows 10 stuff I can have a look at these days. It ain't too bad. Happy days, boys. But I'm currently flashing on thingy now, and I'm excited because literally like the next step in this list of things to do from Microsoft themselves is quite simply to hook up. In fact, why was that wrong on the original VM? I reckon I know why. No? Yeah, I was getting error 2. It couldn't find the files it needed. System could not find the file specified. And that sounds like an easy error to fix. I have no idea which file it can't find, because it should be able to find them all, unless there's some kind of permissions thing that's throwing it array. But yeah, so now literally the next step is to well, when this is finished, eject the oh, it's 100% done. Oh. It's now time to go into I've got to eject it, and then we boot it up into the Pi itself and plug it into a monitor. Now sounds like a good time to sort out power supplies. Do I need my current... Why am I going to do this then, ladies and gentlemen? I was going to have a shufty with the plugs, wasn't I? Have a look. Hey! Right, let's move over the audio onto this plug over here, and then it'll all be better. I was going to do a clothes wash. It's too late now. No, I got sidetracked, and now it's too late to put the washing machine on because it won't finish in time and it's too loud. Tomorrow we do a clothes wash, okay? Right, we've got to figure out which one of these plugs goes off onto our speakers. I believe it's that one. I think it was pretty easy though. Something that's just occurred to me. Are you here? No. I must have put you up at the top then. I don't need to turn my... I was going to just steal the internet cable from my Xbox. But while I can do this, it doesn't necessarily mean that I don't have any internet connection, even though I haven't got Xbox Live anymore. Because I have a wireless one, and it's up there. And I've only just... I got it. I used to use it. I put it on there. I know I've got it somewhere. I'm going to track it down. God, I love hoarding things. There she is. Like, you wouldn't even be able to tell her apart from the other one. Go on then, Marvin, you big bastard. Let's get you into this. I think I've actually got a case for old Marvin here, so I don't think, like, once that's in, I don't need it out of the case anymore once the memory card's in, so let's put it in its case. Okay, in theory, all I need to do is plug the power in. So I've got my other one here, which is, it's bloody difficult wiring stuff up, man. I've got so many, look at these mess of wires back here. So, yeah, all I need to do is power it, which is with this cable here. Right, ladies and gentlemen, wish me luck. Lol. Oh, 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 oh. The graphics on the loading bar thing are pretty funny, to be honest with you. Oh man, it was like, it's just glitchy. Lol. Thank God off processing power for that. But look, I think that looks pretty cool. It's just like a little hard case for it, compared to the one at the back. But I've now got two bloody massive... I was hoping the case would cover up this bloody light. Ugh. I've got two blindingly bright lights at night now. Something's not playing ball with me. Something isn't playing ball. Come on, my friend. Come on, my friend. Look at that. And then it just goes to black. Are you doing boot stuff, or should I be worried? No, it's not booting. It doesn't want to try. Am I going to have to reformat the drive and try again? It's flashing. It looks like it's trying stuff. And it's not like it's lost connection to this either. It's still, it knows it's there. Shouldn't have taken this long. Shouldn't have taken over a minute or two to do whatever it's doing. Oh no. Before getting disheartened, it says, on first boot up, you will see the blue Windows logo, then a black screen for a long time. 2 minutes or longer. So, let's watch a YouTube video, eh? And see if it comes back alive. It lives! It lives, ladies and gentlemen. And some music's playing in the background. And I'm not interested in... Oh, look. beautiful. It doesn't quite fit on the screen. It's a bit off the top there, but oh my god. Limited feature version of Windows IoT Athens. It's designed exclusively for driver development. Driver development? No. That's not interesting to me at all. You should be used for other things too. So that's going to be there for another 2 minutes, and then we get to go to another screen. Happy days! Whee! Finally, the board will reboot a second time to show the default app, displaying the IP address and da 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 da. So it's working. It's working. Like yeah, beep beep. Windows 10 on the pie. I did not think I'd get that sorted tonight. I did not think that was a possibility at all. But we got it. We got it. You got it. I got it. We've had a right little foray into Windows 10 today, haven't we? We've had a look in the old, in actual desktop Windows 10 and IoT Windows 10, which is exciting. It's exciting, isn't it? Very exciting. I am proud of myself. I'm aiming, however, I'm going to end the video now because I'm going to try and get this video online and uploaded before 11 so that I can get into bed with my blog and start blogging. I just come in and dump crap on my bed, don't I? I bet you guys think I live like a right tramp. I don't. I'm quite neat. But yeah, so now I've got this sorted, I'm going to have a little bit of a peruse around, have a look in settings and all that kind of stuff, and I will figure out exactly, I'll start setting up to-do lists and stuff for tomorrow. But man. Marvin, you beast. Oh yeah. Windows 10 on Marvin. But yeah, I'm gonna get going, because then I'm going to get into bed with my blog, and I'm going to write this week's blog, which is going to go with the main channel video, which is going to go up this week. Tomorrow we're probably going to spend time video editing as opposed to doing this kind of stuff. And that's about it. Happy days, ladies and gentlemen. I now have 2 servers, look. 1 Linux, 1 Windows. Although this is a very early access Windows, so it's likely to change or be crap or be broken. Anyway, I'll catch you later.